This is Chapter 17 of the interactive story Vesper Fograven Chronicles, Into the Dragon's Maw, Part 2, Metamorphosis in the Wasteland. Each weekend, followers cast their votes and shape what happens next in Vesper's perilous journey. You can be one of them. Follow Vesper and shape her story. The storm raged without mercy against London's dying bones. Rain striking the ruins like bullets from heaven itself. Vesper stepped into the howling darkness, her liquid black suit gleaming like obsidian forged in hellfire. Each step carried her deeper into a world that had forgotten what it meant to be human, where survival meant becoming something far more terrible than death. From the shadows between collapsed monuments to human folly, Echo materialized like an extension of her own will made manifest. Her own creation, born from her brilliant mind and touched by her blue ether essence, moved with intimate familiarity toward his creator. Their connection transcended flesh and circuit. He was almost part of her, a living extension of her consciousness, yet she remained the guiding force. In this storm-lashed wasteland, they moved as one mind in two forms, her will flowing through him like blood through veins. Vesper walked through the graveyard of civilization like a specter of judgment, witnessing the last gasps of humanity huddled around dying fires. The survivors cowered in their makeshift shelters, unaware that salvation and damnation walked among them in the form of a Victorian lady whose blood sang with power beyond their comprehension. The rain washed away their tears, but it could not cleanse the weight of what was to come. Through the storm's fury, the Datajack's fortress erupted from the earth like a digital dagger thrust through reality's heart. Its impossible spires pierced the weeping sky, while rivers of data blood flowed down its obsidian flesh. Vesper gazed upon this monument to technological blasphemy and felt something stir within her soul, not fear, but recognition. This was where she would either claim her victory or find her magnificent doom. Through Echo's enhanced vision, Vesper blazed like a star falling toward Earth, her ether-touched blood painting trails of blue fire through the storm-soaked wasteland. She was no longer merely human, but something far more dangerous, a weapon forged across centuries, tempered in temporal fire, and aimed at the heart of an empire that had forgotten the price of hubris. Her transformation had begun, and nothing would ever be the same. The air itself screamed with invisible death as radiation cascaded from the fortress like a plague made manifest. The storm carried poison in every droplet, painting the sky in colors that should not exist, while the earth itself writhed in agony. But Vesper walked forward without hesitation, her enhanced form drinking in the destruction like wine, transforming death into power with each breath. Deep within Vesper's bloodstream, a molecular war began, as radiation struck her DNA helix like countless invisible blades. But blue ether energy flooded through her cells in response, drawing upon the ancient biological knowledge she had absorbed from the organic network beneath London. The ethereal power not only repaired her shattered DNA with crystalline precision, but simultaneously created new extremophile proteins, structures that had never existed in baseline human biology, born from the wisdom of life forms that had thrived in the harshest environments for millions of years. Vesper's transformation accelerated beyond the boundaries of mortal flesh as radiation became fuel for her metamorphosis. Her vision sharpened to supernatural clarity, her reflexes quickened beyond human limits, and her connection to the blue aether deepened until she could feel the pulse of power flowing through reality's hidden arteries. She was becoming something the world had never seen, a perfect fusion of aristocratic grace and post-human lethality. As Vesper drew near to Datajack's fortress, her sharp gaze caught movement on the horizon. Shapes, hunched and seething, prowled the ash-laden wastes, their outlines shimmering with the distortion of radioactive heat. From the radioactive heart of London's death, the pack emerged like nightmares given flesh and fury. These abominations had once been dogs, but generations of feeding on atomic fire had transformed them into something far more terrifying. Hulking beasts with chitinous armor and eyes that burned with the light of nuclear hellfire. They moved with coordinated malice, recognizing in Vesper the scent of power that matched their own terrible hunger. I thank you most graciously for your time and attention. For glimpses beyond the Chronicles, you can visit Vesper's private archive that captures her travels across time. See you between the shadows.